Hi everyone, welcome back. So I am starting off with a moisturized face, which is very important, especially on such an important event. I'll be starting off by priming my eyes and mixing a little bit of my concealer to hide any discoloration on my eyelids. This is going to help our eyeshadows last all day and appear more vibrant. Using the Tartelette Palette, I'll be using this white yellowy shade and sweeping it all over my eyelids just to prevent the shadows from budging and so they apply evenly. Taking the shade right next to it, it's this very soft peachy shade. I'm going to be applying this on my crease in windshield wiping motions, and this is going to be my transition shade. It doesn't give that much color, but this is going to help blend all the other eyeshadows together. And taking the soft brown color, I'll be applying it right in my crease as well to give a little bit more depth. This is going to help build dimension in the crease without packing on too much darkness. Since this is a bridal look, I still wanted to keep it very soft, but yet add some dimension to the crease. As you guys can see, I am applying and blending at the same time because we want to make sure everything is well blended. Then I'll be switching back to that MAC 217 brush just to blend everything out. Taking this dark chocolate brown eyeshadow in the palette, I'll be placing this right on the outer corners of my crease and really concentrating it in this area because I want to give depth towards the outer corners to make my eyes appear more lifted. And then with a fluffy blending brush, I'm just going to blend everything out because we do not want any harsh lines. I'll be adding a little bit more for more depth and dimension. Next, I'll be taking the NYX Suede Palette and taking this bronzy shade and placing it all over my eyelids. I will be mixing some of the Cinema Secrets eyeliner sealer just to give it more of that metallic-y look. I love using this palette, especially for bridal looks. It's my go-to. And I'll be adding a little bit of the gold eyeshadow to the center of the lid. And then I'll be taking back that MAC 222 brush and blending everything out just to make sure there isn't a harsh line in between the eyelid and the crease. I'll be taking the white shade we used at the beginning and place it on my brow bone. On a flat brush, I'll be picking up this black matte eyeshadow from the Tartelette Palette and applying this as close to my eyelashes as possible. I didn't want to do a harsh eyeliner. I usually love to keep it very soft and very sultry and romantic, especially on wedding days. So I just go ahead and use black eyeshadow or brown eyeshadow for this look and just blend it in. With an eyelash curler, I'll be curling my eyelashes for some lift, and I'll be applying my favorite mascara, which is the L'Oreal Telescopic one. For this, I am going to want the eyelashes to hold up really nicely because I like to go in with individual lashes as they do look more natural. Taking the Skindinavia The Makeup Primer Spray. This is a must for such an important event. I'll be spraying this as my primer, and this is going to help my makeup last all day. And to blur my pores, I'm using the Porefessional from Benefit and just applying it all over my face. And for foundation, I'll be using the Kat Von D Lock It Tattoo foundation. This is full coverage, but it looks very nice on the skin. And I highly recommend going for a full coverage foundation, especially on this day. And then I'll just be blending it out with a buffing brush. To look more awake, I'll be using the NYX Color Correcting Concealer in the shade Light. And as you guys can see, it instantly brightens underneath my eyes. If you don't have dark circles like I do, you can definitely skip that step and go straight into concealer. But for today, I'll be using the Kat Von D concealer and I'll be highlighting with the NYX HD concealer to bring more illumination to the face. And I usually like to let this sit in for 5 minutes. Then I just go ahead and blend it in. And the reason why I love to do this is just because I love the way the concealer sits on the face, and I've noticed that it doesn't crease up on me, so I really love this technique. And with the foundation brush, I just go ahead and make sure everything is well blended. And to conceal the highlighted areas, I go ahead and take my translucent powder and just bake it. And the excess product that's on the cap, I just go ahead and apply this on my cheeks and my temples to set the foundation. And meanwhile I let this sit in, I go ahead and fill in my eyebrows using the Anastasia brow pomade. I like to use this to sculpt out my eyebrows, and then to fill them in I like to use the NYX eyebrow powder. Just taking any eyeshadow, you can go ahead and fill them in. After 5 minutes have passed, I go ahead and sweep this off, and I promise you your makeup will last all day. That is why I love doing this. Going back to the eyeshadow palette, I'll be placing this color right on my bottom lash line, as close to my lash line as possible, just to finish off the eyes. And then I'll be taking the dark chocolate brown and applying this as close to my lash line as possible, just to make them appear fuller. And to make the eyes appear bigger, I go ahead and apply some mascara to my bottom lashes. And taking the white shade from the NYX Suede Palette, I'll be placing this on my inner corners. To bronze and bring back more dimension, I'm using the Hoola bronzer and placing this on the contours of my face, so underneath my cheekbones, my temples, and also on my jawline. And as I'm applying it, I'm also blending. With the brush that we used to sweep off the translucent powder, I'll just go ahead and be blending everywhere that we bronzed. Taking this blush palette, I'll be using the mauvey pink shade and applying this with a stippling brush to my cheeks to give me some color. I think this is such a romantic look, especially for a bridal. And to make my nose appear slimmer, I'm just going to go ahead and contour the sides of my nose. For that beautiful glow, I'll be taking my Anastasia glow kit and mixing Sunburst with Bubbly, and I'll be applying this to the high points of my face, so my cheekbones, the tip of my nose, a little bit on my forehead, and also on my chin. And with a clean brush, I'm just going to be blending everything out. Moving on to the lips, I'll be using the Italia Mauve Lip Liner, and I'll slightly be outlining my lips. This is a very soft pinky color, and I love using pink shades on the lips, especially for brides. And then taking the NARS lipstick, I'll be applying this all over my lips, and it's a very soft sheer pink lipstick, and I just absolutely love the way it looks. And over top, I'll be applying this Buxom lip gloss. Before I forget, I'm going to go ahead and set my eyebrows with this Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. And to finish this makeup off, I'll be spraying the Skindinavia Bridal Finishing Spray, and this helps keep your makeup in place for 16 hours, and it absorbs very quickly. And I go ahead and apply this in an X and T formation, and I am done.